Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the invisible force that sets the price of literally everything you buy, from your coffee to your car. It's called supply and demand, and trust me, once you get it, it's like having economic superpowers.
So, have you ever noticed this? A new game console comes out, right? And it is impossible to find. The prices online are just insane. But then, a couple of months after the holiday rush, they're suddenly everywhere, and the price starts to drop. What is going on there? Well, stick with me, because we're about to solve that exact mystery.
All right, to figure this all out, we've got to look at two sides of the coin. And we're going to start with the side we all know best, our side, the buyers, because it really all kicks off with what we want and what we're actually willing to spend.
So, let's get a clear definition here. What is demand? It's not just about wanting something. It's two things. It's being willing to buy it, but also being able to buy it. You got to have the cash. I mean, you might want a private jet, but you don't create economic demand for one unless you can actually afford to buy it. Willing and able. You need both.
And this brings us to a super simple, fundamental rule called the law of demand. It's exactly what you'd expect. Think about your favorite pizza slice. If it costs $2, you might grab a couple. But if the price suddenly shot up to $5 a slice, yeah, you'd probably buy less. When the price goes up, the quantity we want goes down. Simple as that. And here's what that law looks like in picture form. This is a demand curve. See how it slopes down from left to right? That's not an accident. The price is on the side, and the quantity, how much we want, is on the bottom. So look, when the price is high up on the line, the quantity is low. But as you follow that line down, see how the quantity we want shoots way up? That downward slope is the law of demand visualized.
But, price isn't the only thing that messes with our buying habits. Other stuff is going on too. Like, let's say you get a raise. You'll probably buy more normal goods, like going out to eat more often. But you might buy less of an inferior good. Maybe you'll stop taking the bus because now you can afford a car. And of course, there are substitutes, like choosing pork if beef gets too expensive. And compliments. You can't really have a hamburger without a bun, right? All this stuff shifts our demand around.
Okay, so that's our side of the story. That's half the puzzle. But for every person buying something, there's got to be someone selling it. So let's flip this whole thing around and look at it from the other side, the world of supply.
And really, supply is just the mirror image of demand. It's how much of something businesses are willing and able to make and sell to us at different prices. Simple. They are in the business of supplying what we demand. Now, supply has its own law, but it works in the complete opposite direction of demand. Think about it from a business owner's perspective. If you could sell your product for a higher price, would you want to make more of it or less? Of course you'd make more. Higher prices mean more potential profit, and that's a huge incentive to ramp up production. And check this out. Here's the supply curve. See how it's the total opposite of the demand curve? It slopes upwards. As the price on the side goes up, the quantity that businesses want to sell along the bottom goes up with it. It's a perfect picture of that profit motive kicking in. More money, more stuff to sell. Okay, so let's recap. We, the buyers, want low prices, and they, the sellers, want high prices. It sounds like they're totally at odds, right? So how does anything ever actually get bought or sold? Well, this is where the magic happens, when these two forces collide.
So here they are, side by side. On the left, you've got us, wanting to buy more as the price drops. And on the right, you've got them, wanting to sell more as the price rises. The entire marketplace is just a constant dance between these two curves.
The best way to think about it is like a giant game of tug-of-war. We're on one side, pulling the price down, and the companies are on the other, pulling the price up. So, where does the rope finally settle?
It settles at this amazing point that economists call equilibrium. Don't let the fancy word fool you. All it means is the sweet spot. It's the one price where the amount of stuff we want to buy is exactly the same as the amount of stuff they want to sell. The tug-of-war is perfectly balanced. Everyone's happy.
All right, you've got the basics down. You know about demand, you know about supply, and you know about the sweet spot where they meet. So now, let's put you in charge. We're going to run through a few real-world examples. You're the economist now.
First up, let's say there's this fleece jacket. It costs $50, nothing special. Then all of a sudden, a massive celebrity like David Beckham is photographed wearing it. What do you think happens to that $50 price tag? You got it. Suddenly, everybody wants that jacket. The demand just goes through the roof. The number of jackets hasn't changed, but way more people want one. So what can the sellers do?
You bet they're going to raise the price.
Okay, scenario number 2. A big motorcycle company announces it's going to stop making its most popular bike forever. What happens to the price of all the used ones that are still out there?
Right again, the supply just got a hard cap. No more are ever going to be made. That bike just became a collector's item. Demand might stay the same, but because the supply is now officially limited, that rarity is going to push the price way up.
And last one, let's bring it home. Picture a town that has just one incredible cookie shop. They're famous for it. Then one day, a brand new shop opens right across the street, and they're making the exact same cookie. What happens to the price at the original shop?
Yep, the total supply of those amazing cookies in town just doubled. Now we, the cookie lovers, have a choice. The two shops have to compete for our business. With the same amount of demand but double the supply, you can be pretty sure the price is going to go down.
And all of this leads to the single most important takeaway. Businesses don't just randomly decide what to make. They are listening to us. Our needs, our wants, our choices, those are the signals that tell the entire economy what to do. Every single dollar you spend is basically a vote for what you want to see more of in the world.
So let's go all the way back to that video game console. In December, holiday shopping means demand is sky high, so the price is high. Come January, demand plummets, and the price has to come down to find a new sweet spot. See? Now you get it. So the next time you see a price change on anything, just ask yourself, is that because of supply or is that because of demand? You've got the tools to figure it out.